Hi. So I wanted to talk about tonight's episode of Halt and Catch Fire, which is one of our shows that has a bisexual character as the main character. And I've never really spoken about it, so I want to briefly run down what the storyline is. It takes place in I think 1982 or something, or season one was in 82, and three people, Cameron, who's a woman, Joe McMillan, who's played by Lee Pace, and this other dude come together under Joe's kind of leadership. Like, he's a visionary and he has this idea that he is going to create the first laptop ever. So he wiggles his way into a company and gets the company to completely change direction and gets these people on board, and he creates the first laptop ever. And during season one, Cameron, the girl, and Joe end up in a relationship. She's young, he's older. And it's very fiery and it does not go well. But in season one, they talk about him being bisexual, and a man that he was in love with from the past comes and causes problems between them and stuff like that. So that was season one, and it ended where he's kind of on the Nazi side because he has issues. He's bisexual and has issues, imagine that. And he goes and, does crazy stuff, and Cameron hates him after that. So season two starts, she's left him, she hates him. And she goes and creates her own company. And basically what she does is she creates the first online interactive gaming company ever, right? So she creates this, and she employs, the young guys to come and develop it. And they then create the community space, which is basically chat rooms. And there's a character who works there who's gay, this young dude, and he's chatting with someone online. And the guys are trying to encourage him to go out and meet this person. And he decides to go out and meet this person. And in the middle of the episode today, you find out that he went out and meet the person and was beat up because he was gay. It was just like a whole ploy. So it was the first online attack used by a chat room. So Joe McMillan, who's in his real sort of salesman, sort of slick, icky sort of phase throughout the entire last three episodes, and he's in it up until that moment, in which case we see him in the hospital room for this boy. And Cameron comes in and says, "What are you doing here?" Because she hates him. And he seems shaken. And he goes and walks her out and talks to her and says, they'll never find out who did this. And he starts to tell a story about when he was in the sixth grade, how one day he went to his locker and someone had written fag on it. And he had gotten to it quickly and scratched it off and no one had seen it. But the next morning when he went there, I guess the same person had come and wrote fag all over it in permanent marker. So he took his books and then walked away and never went back to it again. And he said that was when he began to run. And he got really good at running. I gotta say, I'm from the Bahamas. I'm from another country. And I'm black and I'm bisexual. I don't get a lot of things on TV or movies that I can relate to. Because, even when they do stories about black people, it tends to be urban stories, black Americans and what it's like to grow up in Chicago, inner city Chicago sort of thing. So I never relate to anything. And, of course, stories about straight romance, and I get it, sure. I mean, it's entertaining and stuff. And I see stories about gay people and I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of, But tonight's show really made me fall back in my chair a bit. It's amazing how much I can relate to that to a certain degree. Because I remember I went to a kind of a posh elementary school, and I kind of spoke like this back in the Bahamas. And if you know a Bahamian accent, it's kind of like a Jamaican accent. So imagine everyone in the country speaking having a Jamaican accent, and then there would be me speaking like this. I stood out, and I was different. I also got the attention of a lot of girls in high school, and I never really made a move on them. I kind of never did. I was kind of shy and all that stuff. So whenever someone was like that, they called him a sissy. That was the slur of choice in my elementary school. Nothing like fag or anything like that. It's just sissy was the word of choice. And I didn't get that very often, but what I got a lot was soft. And it was an insult that kind of just, You know, it was just kind of this thing that you think back. I think back on it now. It's like soft. That's not even an insult. But when you know a word is said to be insulting, it stings, especially when you're like in the 7th grade. And watching the episode tonight, I think was the first time ever that a show really just, like, I just related to it. I just related to it, and I related to it because he's talking about he has a girlfriend right now, and he used to date Cameron, but he's talking about having someone that can relate to who he is, and being able to share those dark sides of himself, or the dark parts of himself where he was being hurt because he was, not straight, not like everyone else. And I've just never been able to relate to a show so well before. And really, this is such a great show because this is only the second reference they've made to his bisexuality in 1.5 seasons. That's it. It's like reality. It doesn't, bisexuality doesn't overwhelm your life if you don't want it to. It's just that thing in the background that's there, just changes you just a slight bit. And it kind of makes you who you are without really imposing itself on everyday life. I really like this show. I mean, the storytelling is wonderful. It's really well done and well acted. But this is such an accurate portrayal of being a bisexual male, I think. I've never seen anything so well done. I hear that House of Cards they've had a moment in House of Cards that was similar, but I haven't seen it. I don't watch the show. But Halt and Catch Fire, man, it's amazing to be at a point where I can finally relate to a show, and it can really kind of shake and move me. Is this what everyone feels all the time? It's amazing. If it is, my God, what a pleasure it is to watch television. Lucky everyone else, but hey, I guess we have this now too. So if you haven't gotten a chance to check out the show, maybe you should. It's really worth it. And hey, it has a bisexual character in it, and it's not overdone. It's kind of wonderful. So that's it. I hope you check out the show, Halt and Catch Fire. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I do many videos on the bisexual topic, and I'm hoping you check them out. Until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friend. Stay cooler. Bye.